Still don't got a name for the podcast. Still don't got an intro song. John keeps on procrastinating, so I have to do it a cappella-ly.
Boo.
That was...
Boo.
Sorry, I probably spiked with that laughter. Jesus Christ, Josh, that was great. Okay, well, welcome to episode 4 of Name Pending Podcast. Name Pending. I'm James.
I'm John.
I'm Jash with an A.
Jash with an A. Oh, do you want us to do that?
But yeah,
Always?
what did we watch this week? No, I'm just kidding.
It's just like derailed. It's like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back. This is the Name Pending Podcast, which occurs every Thursday. So look forward every Thursday, the weekly podcast, where we talk about last week's shit show, the upcoming shit show, and literally our lives, which are shit shows.
Yeah, that's fair to say. That's accurate.
Accurate assessment.
Yeah, yep.
Accurate assessment.
Number one.
So I just want to also say follow us on Instagram, Twitter. We have a Reddit. We have a Facebook.
You don't have to.
It's all at Alien Art School.
Yeah, they don't have to.
They don't have to, but we would love it if you did.
Well,
yeah, they would love that. Yeah.
Yeah, obey.
Please.
Obey.
Consume.
Bye.
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 If you hear some tussling, it's James's rowdy dog.
Yeah, this Dove, she's also in the podcast. She's popping around. But yeah, that's at Alien Art School. And then our YouTube channel, which is still under construction, is Over the Top Media.
Yeah.
But when you go to it, obviously it will say Pretentious Alien Art School.
We had to change it.
Yeah, we had to change it. Fuck!
Yeah,
We had to change it.
I'm not too happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. We have a name that's working and is getting some traffic and shit.
Yeah.
And,
We do have a name. Yeah.
We have a name.
We have some cool art coming along with the
His
the
name is
title.
Robert
definitely.
Paulson.
His name is Robert. Welcome to the Robert Paulson podcast.
I'm your host, Robert Paulson.
Special guest, Robert Paulson. Okay.
I'm Robert
Features
Paulson.
From Robert Paulson and the Robert Paulson
So
Singers.
let's
So we Robert Paulson.
listen, you fucks.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Go
I'm
ahead.
I'm totally in the bit. I'm totally in it. Yes, and. That's an improv term. Shout out to Whitney. She's probably gonna never listen to these podcasts, but I always fuck with her at work. Yes, and.
Oh, nice.
Littering and.
Littering and improvisation. So let's jump right into it. Last week's episode of Shit Show, we didn't do a live thing or a recording. We just kind of relaxed and watched the movies, and those two were Python 2 and Saltwater Atomic Shark.
That's right. Yeah.
They were equally bad.
Yeah.
Like pros and cons across the board for both movies. The movie would be
More
obviously
cons than pros.
more cons than pro. More cons than Con Air. Okay. So we'll jump into Python 2. But I also have some things about last week's podcast. I did a little bit of research on the swamp thing and Miami Connection. I wanted to do a little bit of research.
Let's see the big brain on James.
I used both hemispheres.
Yeah. Would you Google it for 5 minutes? What do you mean research?
Yeah, I Googled it for 5 minutes. Well, it was like 7.
Hey man,
But it
I get
didn't
all
take
of
long.
my get all of my research through Google and YouTube. That's why the Earth is flat.
That's
Everyone knows that around the globe.
That's exactly
Everyone
right.
around the globe knows.
Why do they
Earth
call
is
it
flat.
research? Any 5-year-old can research something. Anyway, go ahead.
No, you're good. Keep going.
What were you talking about?
Okay, so important things. Hold on, let me go through my papers. Okay,
You're rustling one
that's a
paper,
large stack
James.
Of papers right there, James.
Well, the papers just keep piling up on my desk.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but nonetheless, all right. So last week we watched Swamp
For
Thing.
sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go
For
ahead.
the folks at home, paper is pre-phone information. You actually would write with your hand.
Yeah. You write things down with a pen, sometimes a pencil.
Oh,
Quill
damn.
and
This
ink?
is just a warp
Quill
hole.
and ink?
This is a hole now. A pen is okay. A pen is
Pen
something
or
that
a
you
pen?
use your hand
See,
to
pens
text with.
Shut the
pens started out as feathers, and you would dip the quill in
Actually,
the ink.
pens started out as birds, and then quickly turned into
Like a
feathers.
whole bird, you grab it by the head and dip
They
it in
would
the
dip
ink.
the bird.
Haven't you guys seen Flintstone?
Oh,
Flintstones?
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
living.
It's a...
It's a living.
That is a line.
What a fucking asshole.
From the show and the movie.
Prehistoric fleshlight.
So here, before we jump into Python 2, and its cons and few pros, let's reference last week. So Swamp Thing and Miami Connection. So I did a little bit of research about the Swamp Thing, and it turns out, wait, what the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jim Wynorski was the director of that film, which also did Deathstalker 2. He also directed 103 films, if you guys can actually fucking believe that. He directed 103 films, and a lot of them are just trash. You can read the name. I've actually written one from each decade since he started filming.
Yeah, he took the Ed Wood route, where he tried to make legitimate movies, and no one liked them, so he went into porn.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Happens a lot.
Directed is a strong word, though. He was the director.
Yeah. You know what? Well, I'll meet you halfway. Director, but a lowercase d.
Okay.
I'm
fine with that.
Okay, yeah.
7 pigeons. Okay.
7 pigeons.
Okay, so I'll start with his oldest film and first film, which probably got him started and skyrocketed into directorial fame because of I saw the production photos, and this movie is called The Lost Empire, and that was 1984.
Lost Empire.
Yeah. So the production stills, it's like a sci-fi fantasy kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Sci-fi fantasy kind of thing, and it looks like gloriously bad. Like, we need to own that film.
Cool.
We need that one at least, along with Deathstalker 2.
Oh, of course.
And Swamp Thing.
Everyone
or the return of Swamp
Everyone
Thing.
needs Deathstalker too.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
That's very true. Okay.
Stocking
So,
stuffer. Okay.
The next one that I grabbed was in '96, and this is called Vampirella. So you can kind of guess the tone and the nature of what that
I know exactly what that is.
You can see the cover. I'm not going to describe it.
I already know what the cover is.
Exactly.
I've never seen
We all
it.
know it. Even the people at home.
It's a vampire.
Or in the car.
She's female, and she has a really large
brain. Breasts.
Yes. Yeah.
Breasts.
She's a researcher.
She's got brains.
Brains.
Okay. So then the next one is a pun on Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Okay, you showed me this the other day.
This film came out in 2005, and it's called Alabama Jones and the Busty Crusade. This is a real film. We saw the cover,
and this is some of his porn directing.
I have no idea.
Oh, definitely.
I didn't watch it.
How do you go on a busty crusade? By the way,
Okay, so he did that film, and judging from the cover, we saw the cover, John.
Yeah.
I can actually pull it up for John real quick. It's clearly Alabama Jones is a female. Her breasts are all over the cover.
Okay,
yeah.
So it's
I love that it's already.
It's one of those adult films.
Yes, it's for adults.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not an animated film.
Alabama Jones and the Busty Crusade.
Look at that. Wow. And then there's a guy in a gorilla suit. You know he pulls human dick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
he slings
definitely.
Human dick.
Oh, yeah.
He has
no
some
ape
intercourse, let me tell you.
Yeah. He looks absurd.
Yeah, it looks really
so
bad.
Stupid. So stupid. So yeah, that's another one of his films. So you can see the route he is going.
Yeah.
He peaked.
He could see it.
He peaked at Return of Swamp Thing and Deathstalker 2.
Really, was that his peak? For real?
Yes. On his
That's
level.
so sad.
On his level, yes, it has to be his peak.
Jesus
right?
Christ.
Okay. And then we'll jump to the next decade. I said that was a 2005. Okay, so and then 2015, which was 4 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah, it's 2019.
Uh-huh.
I think.
I know what
well,
year it
that's
is.
relative. I know you know what year it is.
The year was 2019.
Is it? Okay. This movie is called Shark Babes. So this sounds so
They didn't even
ridiculous.
try for that one.
Didn't even try, yeah, no.
Shark.
I wonder what this movie is about.
Hey, Shark
Clearly
Week is
it's about
popular.
the GOP. So let's look at this cover real quick.
Shark Babes. Shark Babes.
Okay, so they're not even trying anymore. Like that's
Watch out.
There's no more. I like how it's got the
bite.
Shark Tales starring Will Smith. It has like this font.
Yeah, it does.
It's got the fin.
Yeah. For the folks at home, this cover is two women with huge boobs in front of a picture of a shark. And that's it.
That's it. Yeah, it looks like Girls Gone Wild. Like it.
Literally.
looks like Girls
That
Gone
production
Wild.
quality.
Maybe Sharks Gone Wild would have been a better
That's
title.
pretty funny. Yeah.
Because then you get the pun of, oh yeah, girls
Right.
and boobs.
Sharks
Yeah,
gone wild.
Yeah, but then you have to get like a trained shark that can strip on camera for you.
Yeah, that's true, John. I didn't consider that.
Oh my god, I almost spit water all over the fucking mic and equipment. Jesus Christ.
Oh no, your $20 mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to find a Milo and Otis quality actor out of a shark. You know, it's
Yeah.
Josh is so confused.
That just came out of nowhere.
There
We're
are
talking
a
about
few-
shark
there are
babes.
a few trained sharks out there though, like Jaws.
talking about
he
trained
was
sharks
he was
now.
a, he was
Oh, okay,
he was
right.
classically trained. The actor that played Jaws.
He worked under the same
Yeah,
teacher
he
that
was.
Benedict Cumberbatch worked under.
True
It's
facts.
fact.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fact.
Yep.
Okay. So enough about that bullshit. Okay. And then what I wanted to reference about Swamp Thing is that Jesus Christ, what was it? Oh, Monique Gabrielle. So I did a little bit more research into this actress and this poor woman.
I did as well.
Yeah.
On my own.
I was wearing a lab coat, nothing else.
Yeah.
So,
Took the phone off the hook.
Unfortunately, even though she starred in a film with Tom Hanks, her career plummeted.
This is her
to
first
its
one, right?
knees,
First
pun
movie,
intended.
the Tom Hanks
yeah,
one?
one of Tom Hanks' first films, which is her career went to its knees, in which she went into porn. So yeah, poor thing.
Yep.
Poor thing. I wonder what she's doing now. Monique, what you doing?
She's probably
What you doing,
What
Monique?
you doing, Monique Gab?
probably
Gab.
lab quilting.
Lab quilting.
Lab quilt.
Okay. All right, and then one last thing. Shit.
She's hawking nads.
One last thing.
Yeah, that's right.
We've got. I didn't write it down, but nonetheless, there was actually another director on Miami Connection.
There was.
Yeah.
There were two directors.
Really? I thought it was
Yeah.
just YK Kim.
It wasn't just YK Kim. It was his only film. He was probably the predominant director, the top, and then the other director was below him, a bottom.
Really? No shit.
Yeah.
Who's the other director?
I forgot his name. I'll look it up.
That
Okay,
director
great.
does not scare me at all.
So racism aside. Okay, so I'm looking up Miami Connection so that I can find the director for it. There it is. I found it.
The power of the internet.
Yeah. You guys remember the internet? It's
I
cool,
remember
right?
the internet. The internet was
sick,
pretty
right?
neat.
VH1 remembers the internet. Pepperidge Farm remembers the internet.
I heard one day we're gonna be able to use the internet without like you can use the phone at the same time.
Okay, so his name is Woo Sang Park, and he actually goes on to direct.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that name
That
sounds
legitimately
familiar.
sounds familiar.
He directed a lot more movies.
That
22.
who's saying Park?
That's a good amount of notches on the belt. 22 films. They're probably
If
all
I'm not
martial arts.
mistaken, that's a Korean name. And
Yeah.
YK Kim
Is also
That's
Korean.
Korean.
Is it Korean
Yeah.
also? Okay.
Yeah, I think we talked about. Did you
Yeah.
mention that last?
Yeah,
last
YK
week?
Kim is a Korean name, and then YK Kim I believe mentions that Taekwondo comes from South Korea. So
Taekwondo from South Korea.
Taekwondo,
Okay,
yeah.
that's cool.
Taekwondo.
and yeah, so Taekwondo definitely comes from South Korea because my dad did Taekwondo and
Oh, this is what I wanted to show you.
they like the uniforms had pretty much the South Korean flag on.
Oh, really? Oh, no shit.
If I don't recall correctly, it was something very similar to it.
So if
pretty
there's
cool.
if there's any competency in Miami Connection, whether that be a shot, anything that is of intelligence that YK Kim could have not achieved, that's Dove, Mama Bear's home.
Yeah.
Before Miami Connection, Jesus Christ, we got the Raptors from Jurassic Park in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay, so Woo Sang Park, before directing Miami Connection, directed L.A. Street Fighters. Now, guys, I'm about to show you a film we absolutely need for the catalog.
All right.
L.A. Street Fighters.
L.A. Street Fighters. Look at this glorious, glorious cover.
Dope.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's 3 figures. They all have sword. Oh no, 2 swords and 1 guy with a sai.
Yeah.
And in the center is almost a
looks like-
fist, but it
looks
has one
like,
of those cool gauntlets on.
Yeah.
or
I
whatever
think
the
that's-
fuck they're called.
It's what you would see like a punk rocker or like
Yeah,
a goth
yeah.
wear.
Well, I think of what's his name from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Shredder. When he
Oh,
gets
yeah.
crushed in the rubble and his hands like, and
I can
it
see that,
goes
yeah.
under. That's what I see there, at least.
Yeah.
That's the only connection that I can make visually. But everything that y'all said makes sense as well.
Yeah.
I'm not only am I loving the very like late 80s style of the font And the
Right.
LA, how the LA is kind of like a manhole cover.
It is a manhole cover.
But the tagline, man, the private war that turned a city into a battleground and 5 friends into an army.
And is that so? That's literally not the definition of an army. But, okay. It's 5 people.
5 people. Yeah, that's a band.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a small platoon.
Yeah, that's
Watch Platoon.
That's Dragon Sound.
They play against Dragon Sound?
They do not. Okay.
Disappointed.
Against the ninja.
So that's enough about last week because we need to jump into this week's films. But quickly, I want to shout out our friend and good buddy, fellow streamer, Sir Andrew King. Earlier this week, he shouted us out, so we wanted to return the favor, brother. Be
Thanks,
sure and
Andrew.
follow him. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead, Josh. Jash.
That's all I got.
Oh, okay. John.
Thank you, Andrew.
Other James, which is just still me. Thank you, Andrew. But yeah, you can follow him on Twitch and Instagram at Sir Andrew King. My boy has been twitching a lot. He's playing Dark Souls 3 right now, and it looks really fucking tight. So
Andrew,
yeah.
I love that game, by the way. You
haven't
play
played
it very well.
I have Dark Souls right now, remastered.
Oh,
and
dude.
I need to.
So good.
Yeah,
It's my favorite game.
Yeah, that's what a lot of my friends at work are saying, along with John. You say, obviously, you're a
Yeah.
friend. All my friends and John.
I'm a friend? Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you a quilt. I'll be back. I have to borrow this VHS tape.
Friendship
Oh, yeah.
quilt.
We gotta show you guys lap quilting.
Lab quilting.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to you, brother. Andrew, much love, man. Thank you so much. We're going to keep in touch, obviously, and keep doing what you're doing, man. But yeah.
Just gave you a fist bump, but
Tearing
it
into
was
the
electronic fist bump.
Okay, so Python 2, the first movie
Yes.
to Clash. So we're doing 2 movies a week now, which makes a little bit more sense because then it's a lot easier to compare 2 movies instead
Head
of
to head.
3.
Yeah, and
We're
can,
still doing the
Or
stone
butt
ritual.
to butt if you're a fan of.
If you're a fan of butt to butt.
no, if you're a
Why
fan
am I
of Requiem for a
told everyone
Dream.
not to do that, and I'm doing it.
Ass to ass.
I needs to look inside your asshole. Bend over, sir. Okay. All right, moving on. Pressing on.
But yeah, Pithen 2
Pithen
was,
2.
it was funny.
Jeremy Pithen the second.
Yeah. They in the beginning they're who's the general guy?
Oh, God.
We're never gonna know because he's never done anything else. But he's really funny because he's delivering expository dialogue. They set up all these soldiers. These guys don't know how to write a screenplay. Like I've never written one.
Now, is this an
but I know
army?
more.
Or a band
It's
of
like-
brothers.
They're like soldiers.
Well,
they're
they-
having too many scenes for these guys. They should just open at the quarry. Remember when they're
They just-
chasing the snake?
Yeah.
Trying to catch
Oh,
it. Just
yes.
open there. You don't have to have the
You
fucking
had to say
scene.
quarry to
Yeah.
remind me what happened.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
Because they're just wandering around,
No,
shooting
yeah,
in the rocks.
they wanted
yeah.
they wanted to be alien, so they really tried hard to like develop the
Aliens.
characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Or aliens, sorry.
Yeah.
Aliens,
Yeah, they wanted to be aliens, and so they really
Exactly.
tried hard to develop the characters, but they just don't know how to develop characters.
Well, it's that, but also these characters don't matter because they're never in the rest of the movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
Oh, God,
pointless to
yes.
even talk about them. They don't really develop characters. I think I said that. They just have expository dialogue that goes on too long. I can't even remember what he said.
well,
Do
they
you know
think they're
Recon
developing
20
characters. They just don't. They just don't know what they're doing.
That's true. Yeah.
Recon 2042, was it?
Something like that.
That was
doesn't
better.
matter.
That was better.
That I at
What
least
happened to
I
that?
at
When
least
they're fighting the
remember.
ice worms
I at
and
least
creatures.
remember
Oh,
more
okay.
from that movie than I remember,
remember
from
more
Python.
from that,
And we
yeah.
saw that movie way longer ago.
Yeah, at least a month.
Yeah.
It feels like a
That
month.
was
yeah.
pretty humorous. Yeah.
To be
Recon.
fair,
To be fair.
to be fair, we did.
Nonetheless.
Saltwater Atomic Shark did steal the night from Python, so that
Yeah.
partially is that.
That's
but
true.
let's-
We'll get to
let's-
that.
We'll get to it. We'll get to
Because
that.
that's
Yeah,
got some. They've both got. The whole movie is a stinker, but every once in a while there's a nice little diamond
Yeah. Oh yeah.
of something.
Yeah,
Okay,
word.
so I have for Python 2, I want to reference the 2 opening titles. So we like you were saying, we had the
Yeah.
quarry, we had some
Yes.
intro before that, and then they do the whole aliens thing, like you referenced, John. And then after stuff happens,
Yeah.
they shoot in the
There's a
quarry.
couple of
And then you
scenes.
see a giant snake, and they kind of blow it up or sedate it, I think.
They
right?
capture it
They
at that
capture it.
point, but it's poorly explained.
Oh, God, it's so bad. Okay, so then that happens, and then another set of movie titles begins.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did it
Completely
twice.
different titles. Not only that, within these titles, there are 2 different styles going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're switching between 2 fonts and 2 effects. And
They
it's
were,
like, what
they
the
were just
fuck
going
is happening?
nuts with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you said, the first title it goes on way too fucking long, and it has
I have a
all the
theory.
cast and crew. Then it shows Python 2 movie starting. It shows it twice. Do you guys remember?
Oh, yes.
There's a Python 2, and then it drips down, and there's 2 Python 2s.
Oh my god! And they do
And-
a reflection,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
what
not
they
a true
tried to do,
reflection. It's
right.
just Python right below it. It
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
reflect.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a mirrored image.
But imagine
It's so
seeing that.
stupid.
You see the title screen. You're like, okay, movie's gonna start. They do 2 scenes, and then they start showing credits for cast and crew again.
Yeah.
It made no sense. And I have a theory. It just
Alright.
sparked as you were describing it. The movie starts. Oh, we're out here in the quarry finding some fucking snakes. Thank you, person that stopped by to act. Yeah, no problem. So there's snakes and shit. Okay, there's snakes and shit. And then the titles begin. And that's how the movie was originally released. And then, boom, a distribution company picks it up and they're like, okay, we need some new titles. This shit is terrible. They have 2 fonts, they have 2 effects. We need to fix this. So they put stuff in the beginning, movie starts, original titles they forgot to cut out. And then we have an entire movie of scenes.
I don't know. I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
Fair enough.
I think they were. I mean, you're right about them being very lazy
I too have
or
a theory.
incompetent, but it's like they were just padding out time. I think they shot the movie, and then they were like, "Oh fuck, we need like 5 more minutes to get to 90 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
We need 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
More titles."
Yeah, that could be the
Maybe
lack
not
of...
though, because they would have put him at the other title sequence.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did they do that?
My theory.
Do you have a theory, John?
I have a theory. The editor?
Wrong.
Wrong.
The editor is the 16-year-old nephew of the director.
Shut the fuck.
Okay.
Go on.
That's it.
Jesus Christ, John. I thought you were going to red string theory this shit. I thought you were going to spiderweb this shit all together.
Excuse me.
I mean,
Wrong.
Okay, I can explain it more. They have no budget that they're already not really like spending on.
Okay.
So he's just
Yeah.
like, well,
That's true.
my nephew kind of knows Vegas. He makes like machinima videos, like
Machinima?
machinima, whatever,
Machinima?
fucking
I have no
machine.
idea. I think
He makes Deus Ex
Macadamian.
Machines. But speaking of Deus Ex Machina, call it in right now. Let's
Are
bring
you
this
talking about
podcast.
the internet show or the movie
No, just the
or the game
no, none.
or the book? All right, I'm done.
The
Sorry.
Latin phrase when you need something to just fucking magically appear to fucking fix.
Oh yeah, I know that.
It translates to God in the Machine, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's,
I love that band.
That's probably a band.
Yeah, I bet you it is. Yeah.
Pretty soon people are gonna be having sex with robots. God said Adam and Eve, not Florence and the Machine.
That was really fucking good.
Dude, do you guys remember being in school and there's always that guy that is like, "Oh, I know about that." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
That was what I was doing in film school. Not like, I'm not saying like I knew shit, but it was like horror class at Peter.
Right.
Remember Peter?
Yeah.
Whatever his last name is. He'd be talking about Frankenstein, and
Gabrielle.
I was fucking obsessed with it at the time. So I kept being like, yeah, I know, I love that. And there's that scene next. Like, I was such a dick.
Why?
I don't know. I was
Well, you
excited
didn't like
about
film
it.
school.
I mean,
Oh, I
Remember?
hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know if that's
We'd always
I don't really know if
ditch,
that's
remember?
being a dick if it's
Not
about
always,
something
but-
that you were genuinely really interested in at the time though.
No, I was being a dick. Everyone
Oh.
around me was like, "Shut the fuck up." You know what I mean? Anyway, that's a
Peter Grindle.
random thought.
Peter
Peter
Grindle.
Grindle. Yeah, he runs the
Grendel.
Shut up.
Violet
man.
Crown now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope he's doing
We're
good.
gonna go see some movies
He
there.
runs the Violet Crown. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's
that's
manager
an-
there.
well, still, that's a nice establishment.
Yeah, for real. I like it there.
I wanna go.
Especially when people are eating fries right next to you,
With their mouth open.
trying to fucking.
Josh,
hey, Dove.
Josh, I assume that somebody ate fries near your face. At
Yes.
The Violet.
You're correct.
the
Sorry
Violet
that
Crown.
happened to you.
Yeah, and they have truffle oil that smells like shit. And they're eating it right next to my head while I'm trying to watch Eat, Pray, Love on my Sunday. Fucking truffle oil.
Fuck off. Okay.
Okay,
What were we talking about?
Okay.
Pithen 2.
I have no idea. I'm
Jeremy
trying to remember.
Pithen 2.
Jeremy
Oh, here we go.
Pippen
Yeah.
2.
So we talked. We just briefly talked. Peach and Spediment. We briefly talked about this 2 openings, but
Oh,
next,
right, yeah.
the stupid low budget. And this could go with your theory as like we need something like we need 5 more minutes to make the length.
Sorry
to make the
I
90 minutes.
apologize
Go
for
ahead.
interrupting. I just wanted to tell people at home that the plot of this movie is.
Oh yeah, I guess
yeah,
we should.
Maybe explain the plot really quick, but
Yeah.
amazingly bad it is.
that these people are transporting a giant fucking snake to a military base so that they can
Something like
weaponize
that,
it.
Yeah.
That's the plot of the movie.
How are you gonna weaponize a snake?
Yeah, it's
Put
it's
laser
retarded.
beams on their head.
Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
No. We need to establish that. I mean, can
That's-
we elaborate?
Yeah, and
that's.
Then the
I mean, that's pretty
plane
much it.
Yeah, that's
crashes,
like,
or-
yeah, the plane crashes.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, well,
flash
'cause-
back to it
'cause
3
movie.
times
Cause movie.
because
Yeah.
Dove can open doors. She's a giant Great Dane.
And then I guess the snakes are in, like they end up in that facility or something.
yeah, it's
It gets
weird.
out.
It's
Oh
a
my
little
god!
convoluted.
Remember when it gets out?
yeah,
That like
it's a
it
giant
does-
fucking snake, but it fits in this
it's inhabiting
like, small
yeah,
box.
yeah, this volume
Yeah.
of space. This giant
physically
snake comes-
impossible.
yeah, physically impossible. Your face.
They weren't.
Your face. I feel like you talking to the screenwriter and director. It's physically impossible.
Listen to me.
Listen.
It's physically.
How was it?
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
You and me are done
stupid
professionally.
low budget, and I guess that makes sense because the plot itself is low budget.
Yeah.
It has no twist to it. They take. It's a classic military sees a creature, turn it into a weapon. This goes for any superhero
Yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
any science sci-fi movie. Like it's
The
always
military
wanting that.
wants to weaponize a snake.
Go
Airbu-
on.
Think of how stupid that is. What are you talking about?
The military will weaponize anything. To take perfect example, Air Bud 3, where they weaponized the golden retriever who could play basketball.
Did they?
They
Wow,
did.
they really changed the plot up.
Did they really?
Yeah.
No, it's like Commando. He goes into Iraq.
Oh,
and
that's
he's
so
like,
cute.
and he's
You're
like hitting
lying.
little basketballs, but the basketballs are actually like filled with plastic explosives.
You're such a fucking liar. Fuck
There's
outta
no
here.
way that's-
Kindly leave.
There's no
I was
way.
trying-
Sorry. I'm just talking about my screenplay.
Oh, okay. In that case, it's brilliant.
Air Bud, and it's like
brilliant.
Rambo, but it's called like First Breed or First Bred.
That would be the cutest little thing.
Yeah,
Like a little commando pup.
yeah.
Like
and he's
going in.
like he's like screaming, "Nothing is over," and it's like you know how they move dog mouths. And
Yeah,
movies?
Put a little peanut butter in their mouth. Yeah.
and he's just screaming, "Nothing is over." We're gonna go driving, man.
Oh, that'd be adorable though. He's got that like face paint on, but it's a pup, and they
Yeah.
just shoot it. You get nowhere.
Wow. Yes, go there. Okay.
No, I'd rather
So-
just see Air Bud start ripping throats.
He's not. Why would he do that? He's gonna use his paws because it's
Yeah.
more ridiculous. It's little dog hands on sticks. You know what I mean?
Straight up-
just like out of camera.
Straight up MacGrubering people.
Yeah, just turkey,
Oh,
just turkey.
Dope, dude. Air Bud Commando.
Okay, so
I'll write that.
back to
tonight.
let's write that down.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like that Constantine. Comedy
yeah,
that I wanted to
yeah.
do, where it's a dog instead of
Hey,
humans.
why
they're dogs.
not have a series?
Yeah, dude.
That would-
Dogstantine. It's dope.
Constantine?
Make it a series.
Make it a serious series.
A serious series. A serious Nimbus series.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, and cloud references.
Actually, that would be a Nimbus Stratus.
That's a cumulus
Serious
nimbus.
Clouds. Excuse me. Serious
Excuse
Cloud.
me?
No,
Excuse
excuse
me.
me. Excuse
Excuse
me.
me?
No, excuse
no,
me.
Welcome back to Serious Cloud. We got a fight in
Ladies
the
and gentlemen,
studio.
Jesh has left the building. Okay, so stupid low budget.
Well,
Let's stay on Python track. Go on, you were gonna say something. Get it
welcome
out.
back to Serious Cloud Talk, where we talk about serious clouds, but not just like the serious type of clouds. We talk about all types of
Yeah,
clouds.
fourth
but,
week,
but
no
we keep it
listeners.
serious.
It's really weird. I don't. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Can you imagine if like it was a podcast where it was like serious, right? And they wanted to talk about the weather. and it was just like on Sirius XM. Like nobody ever listened. Nobody.
Oh, I would love that. Just because
What do you think they would be talking about? Ah, who cares? Fucking.
Sorry,
Python.
bear with me one moment.
Okay, so stupid low budget, which is definitely mirrors the stupid low concept. Giant snakes turned into weapons for the military. Imagine it. It's terrible. I imagine that Python 1 probably is a little bit better.
Possibly. The fact that they got enough money to make Python 2, it has to at least be not terrible.
Yeah, but if you think about the Asylum, and Python,
True.
Python is probably a ripoff of Anaconda, which I actually picked
Of course
up
it's
today.
a ripoff of Anaconda.
No, I didn't pick up Anaconda today. Yeah. Yes, I did. Why does it matter? Nobody cares.
I mean, people
It
care
doesn't
about this.
matter.
People care about this stuff. You got Anaconda.
Starring the Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer
Jennifer
Lopez.
Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez.
Pelito, pelito.
Taco, taco. All right, we're gonna get copyright. Actually, no. South Park wouldn't copyright us. They'd be like, "Fuck yeah, keep fucking us." So, which is actually my favorite show. So
Yeah.
if they ever hate me, that's actually
Please
an honor.
don't.
No,
Yeah.
hate me.
Oh.
And how was it?
Sorry.
That was great, though. It sounded great. That was Christian Bale just stopped by the studio.
Thanks for stopping
Seriously,
in, Christian.
Bale.
Man, I wish he would just pipe down, It's great having him around.
Yeah.
He's just always on 10, just pipe it down
Yeah.
to 7.
Pipe into 7.
Yeah.
7 pigeons?
7 pigeons.
What do you keep saying that?
That's from
It's
the
our
first
rating.
podcast.
It's one of our
Oh,
ratings.
okay.
Yeah, it's the actually first episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
we're
like,
just
what are you
talking.
referencing?
Yeah, 7 pigeons.
7 fucking pigeons.
Yeah.
7 pigeons.
Count Dracula and the 7 golden pigeons.
Snow White and the 7 dwarves. You thought I was gonna say pigeons, you
I
fuck.
did.
All pigeons go to heaven.
Okay. We're flying off topic.
Yeah,
in a
we
pigeon
are.
formation.
Did you know that Snow
We're
White?
flying in a V-like formation.
No,
down,
that's not
down
all birds.
south for the winter.
That's
That's all birds.
that's only hummingbirds.
That's all
Fact.
birds.
Josh, you were gonna say
I was just gonna say, Snow White was one of the first movies that was had rotoscope animation.
really?
Yeah, Snow White is
Oh,
rotoscope.
that would be for the dance scene.
Yeah.
more than likely.
Anytime Snow White was on, they rotoscoped her.
Really?
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
and the dwarfs were played by Warwick Davis's grandfather.
Wow.
I made up that
That
part.
part, yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Actually, Warwick, right?
Warwick.
Warwick.
Pretty
I-
sure it's Warwick.
I saw a copy of Leprechaun the other day,
Yeah,
and
it's a really good movie.
he's in that. I did not know he played
Yeah,
Leprechaun.
he's the Leprechaun.
I really want to. That's actually Jennifer Aniston's first movie,
yeah.
Leprechaun. So we actually need that for the catalog. That'd be dope.
If we're
Yeah.
gonna get Leprechaun, we also need Leprechaun in the Hood.
Obviously,
yeah,
those
yeah.
are honestly the only two that I want.
Well,
to
if
be
we're gonna get
honest.
in the hood, we also should get Back to the Hood. Leprechaun Back to the Hood.
Okay.
Dang, we should also get Bones, starring Snoop Dogg. Okay, on topic.
Okay, sorry.
On topic.
I just want to apologize to the folks at home. We're getting back to the topic.
Stupid low budget, which we can just like in a culmination talk about.
I mean,
Some
basically
terrible
no
shots.
budget.
Remember
Oh wait,
when
no,
those-
Python 2. We're
Yeah.
talking about. Okay,
Python
no, they
2.
had some money.
Yeah,
They had
Just a little
bit of
bit.
money.
they had
yeah.
a couple dollars because they shot in like those reactor vents. You know what I mean? That had the ladders. It was all orange. Like the color
Yeah.
correction was off.
Where was it?
This was in Act 3. When they're just
Okay.
walking through the bridges that are just
Yeah, it's
smokestacks.
clearly an abandoned like
Industrial
cement
place.
factory
Yeah,
or
something
something,
like that.
somewhere where you can shoot for free.
yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. You just call up the city. Hey, we want to shoot here. Good
Yeah,
luck, sir.
We
Don't
haven't done-
die.
Yeah.
They stopped mixing shit back in the 80s. No one's there. Okay.
But in that scene, I want to reference specifically, which is my next point, and that is the double scream.
Okay.
Best
Take a
part of the
moment.
movie.
Best. This
You're
is
gonna
the.
have to refresh
I'm
my
definitely
memory.
gonna refresh your memory.
Yeah.
This is definitely the best
Okay,
part of the
I know
movie,
what you're talking about.
and that's when one of the pick a character gets attacked by a snake, and then that snake gets like pushed off the bridge
Yeah,
or something,
something
in the
like that,
reactor.
yeah.
It falls off.
It falls off the little bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it falls so far, which doesn't make sense, first off, because it's not physically possible when you're looking at the perspective of the space. You're
Yeah.
like, that snake would have hit the ground
A
already.
long time ago.
Yep,
The reason
takes
I'm
forever.
talking about the amount of space and time in this small reactor industrial place is that the actor who got swallowed screams twice.
Yeah, it's really funny.
And it's almost if he was in the sound booth and they're like, all right, Jeff, go ahead, give us a couple takes. Give us a couple takes of you screaming. And he's like, ah! They're like, okay, great, that was great, Jeff. We're gonna use both takes, simultaneously.
Do you want me to do it again? Nope.
Nope. We got 2 takes. That's great.
We literally have no time.
He screams as the snake is plummeting with him inside the snake's mouth, and there is enough time for him to scream twice with a breath in between. At this point, we all lost our fucking marbles.
That's something
It
you
was
do for
unbelievable.
comedy.
Yeah,
doesn't
that is
work
something
for your
you do for
snake
comedy.
movie,
Yeah.
dumbasses.
This isn't like Saltwater. This movie was not like Saltwater, where it
Yeah,
knew
Saltwater
exactly what
was
it was doing.
self-aware.
Saltwater was self-aware.
Yeah.
It was still horrible.
Yeah, oh God.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
The double scream. We were all laughing pretty hard.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
We had a good little double laugh.
just because
Little
like it was so
guffaw.
boring.
Yeah,
like
oh
the movie
God.
is so boring.
it's pretty
We
boring.
could talk
So
about that
boring.
with the slow budget. I mean, the low budget.
Yeah. Yeah, they set up the main character, Billy Zabka. Bill something Zabka. I've never heard of him, but
Billy Zane,
right. Yeah.
the Phantom.
The Phantom, of course. And first off, he's wearing a baseball cap. So they're telling
Oh
you
my
right off the
God,
bat.
Josh! I just remembered the entire thing that I called in
Oh,
Act
yeah,
1.
yeah.
When we
So
first see the main character.
Yeah, they set up. They set up
baseball.
the main
Oh,
character as a
God.
baseball player.
Now
He's a
I
Why?
remember.
Because why?
Now I remember. It
And-
took me a
and we're
minute
all
to
like-
even remember who the main character
Character
was
was,
or what
yeah.
he looked like.
They really keep saying it. They
Yeah.
keep saying he's a baseball
Oh,
player, and we're like,
God.
"What the fuck is all this baseball shit about?" And then James,
Literally the
calls
first
that
scene.
shit.
He got,
He's like, "They're gonna throw a grenade in the snake's mouth."
yeah.
And that is literally what fucking
it's what
happens.
happens. It's C4 with a
Yeah,
cellular
with a cell
phone
phone.
stuck in it. 'Cause that's how that works.
Yeah, and then did they call it? No, they didn't. They didn't
Wait,
MacGyver
yeah.
it. There's no way they
Why is
called
there
it.
a
It just
phone
blew
in
up.
it?
It
Who
just blew up, right?
knows?
I think it
There's
just
a
blew up.
phone in it, but they don't call it. It just blows up. They forgot.
There's no point in really thinking this over. All that
Yeah.
matters is that he's a baseball player. That they were like, hey, you can leave this operation. All right,
Yeah.
we'll take
Here's
it from here.
$10,000.
Here's
They
$10,000
pay
bucks.
him.
Yeah.
We paid you for your job, which was to transport the snake, which he had no idea about. Okay, that's a little bit of that's motivation there. I can understand that, but you just literally just swept that under the rug. It was so stupid. And then they're like, okay, you can go. Here's your money.
Yeah,
He literally walks to follow the soldiers
Yeah, they just
into
follow
the
them into
lion's
the
den.
They
Why?
don't explain it.
Yeah,
The mission.
no logical person would ever do that. It's
No.
okay, you paid me. I'm a transporter. My previous experience is baseball player.
Right.
Y'all are about to do some soldier shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
thank you for the money. I'm gonna go back to my transport job
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
Unless
have
he
some
knew he
wine
was
at
gonna-
home.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna do this. I have no motivation to do this.
Unless he knew in his head, his heart's mind eye, he was like, I'm gonna kill this snake
Right,
by
yeah.
throwing a grenade in
Have a
its
fucking
mouth."
scene where he's like, I really want to go home, but these snakes, they can't have snakes. Like that's poorly motivated.
Yeah.
But at least he had a scene trying to explain it.
Oh, and
You
his truck got
fucks.
trashed, remember?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
happened to
yeah.
my truck? And the tire was on
And
fire.
they never explained how that happened.
Yeah, that
It's
was
just
all that
there.
was wrong too. Is just a tire's on fire. Like,
Yeah.
What happened to my truck? Well, your tire's on fire for some reason. Maybe just put that out and replace the tire.
Yeah, no one knows. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know how that happened.
You have $10,000. Literally figure it
Yeah.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
The mission went bad
Yeah.
too, and he was like, "I'll still pay
Yeah.
you." Like, cool, you're dope, man. High five.
Yeah, he was the general was being way more generous than he had to be.
Yeah, I don't even know why. I guess he was just being nice, but he ended up.
It's one of those where I feel like it's probably just like it's smarter to take a loss than to argue with some random fucking truck driver.
Yeah.
It's not your money, it's the government's money.
Right. Yeah. So he should
the
have been
government's
like the bad guy, the white me. He looked kind of like me. not really, but he should have been like.
Who was that? Oh,
Look.
it was the bad guy the bad asshole from Karate Kid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's who it
sweep the
was.
leg guy.
Yeah, sweep the leg guy.
He should have been like okay, I'm not gonna pay you until you come with me for 5 minutes.
That's
Something
a
like
forced
that.
Yeah.
motivation. That's a gun to the head.
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
a character arc. That is a plot
Or
arc.
they throw the $10,000 away. They don't even talk about that again, and he takes him by gunpoint
Yeah.
to be bait for the snake.
Yeah, I was just about to
Yeah.
say,
Something like
make him
that.
be bait. Yeah, something, because that's what they
Something
do in
that forces him to
Anaconda.
go.
That's what they do in Anaconda.
Spoilers.
That's probably why they didn't do that. Is because they're like, well, they do this in Anaconda. We can't do that. That's,
Yeah, and that doesn't spoil anything. Get the fuck out of
Sounds-
here, Josh.
I mean,
Anaconda's
I know the
from what,
plot now,
96?
so.
That is not the whole plot. Are you kidding me? Anyways,
We should watch. I haven't seen Anaconda, so we should watch.
It's really
Anaconda
good.
sometime.
I actually saw Anaconda 2 in theaters, and it was trash.
Really?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Well, I know that Sir Mix-a-Lot's Anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hon.
Yeah, I think that
That's
was
true.
that
Preferably
was like
with seeds in them.
Seated
Wasn't
buns.
that a Zoroastrian prophet from like the 1300s?
It
said
was.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That really
Yeah.
resonates with me,
Sir,
John.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sorry, I'm not into history.
Yeah.
The studio went silent.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, he was knighted, right?
Yes, he was knighted. He was part of the Knights of the Round.
The Knights of Round.
That's how you said that. It was really... Knights of the Round.
Okay, so he is a baseball player, and for some
Sir
reason
Mix-a-Lot
that's
played baseball?
No. No. I thought you knew that. You
Yeah,
know
he
everything
did.
about
I
Sir
mean,
Mix-a-Lot.
I do.
How did you
Excuse
question
me.
that?
Sir Mix-a-Lot invented baseball, my
John,
friend.
he probably played with his kids at some point. I mean, let's really get into this. Like, wait,
Yeah.
I'm just okay.
I don't know. I kind
Sorry.
of think like Sir Mix-a-Lot
James
was an
Suarez.
absent father.
Yeah, probably. We get sued for libel, though. Okay. So
Not. Yeah.
You guys will get sued. I'm not a real person. I'm just a voice.
just a robot. Anyway,
I'm
James,
speaking, of
what were
course,
you
of
saying?
when I say absent father, I'm speaking, of course, of Sir Mix-a-Lot, the Knight of the Round, not Sir Mix-a-Lot, the rapper who took his name
okay.
from said Sir
we
Mix-a-Lot.
should have
Yeah.
been clear.
See, again, I'm not the history guy.
Yeah.
I'm not the buff over here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
I've
some
seen-
say they are the same person, because if you look at the ancient scriptures and pictures, like they look pretty similar. He might just be a Time Lord.
Yeah, man.
Oh, wow.
Michelangelo painted
Wow.
the other one.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh wow.
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 Anyway, what were we talking about? Python
Python
2. Do you have any other talking points about the film?
No, I mean, honestly, I could
All
talk
right.
more about the stupid picture main character. I mean, it was so
It was
Yeah.
dumb.
that whole no,
we
it
were
was
just
wife
dumb.
was-
angry at that.
Yeah,
and his
yeah.
wife. Let's also be clear that the antagonist and protagonist were the only Americans. Because remember, they
Right.
shot overseas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right.
They shot
yeah.
overseas.
Exactly. They shot. They actually
Everything.
shot. It's set in Russia, but they
Yeah.
actually shot there.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it is set in Russia.
Which blew our minds, because usually when it's set somewhere, they, of course,
We were-
don't
but
shoot
we were
there.
the
thinking it was
quarry
probably a
confirmed it because
situation
there
where
was
they got
Russian
it for-
graffiti on the
They
rock.
definitely
Yeah.
had tax incentives to shoot there.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
got-
must have.
yeah, it was
Like, you can
incentivized.
shoot here for free if you set it in Russia. Something stupid like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of Russia to go around. So
Plenty of
it's a
Russia.
huge fucking country.
Okay, well, enough about that shitty fucking movie.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
move
move
on
on.
to the movie that would actually save the night, and that was Saltwater Atomic Shark.
Yeah, saltwater, atomic shark.
Why name it that?
I don't know.
Why
what
not
they were
Atomic
thinking.
Shark? Is
Yeah.
Atomic Shark already taken?
Atomic
Probably.
Shark was the first title, I bet you.
With all the like sci-fi movies that are out there,
Yeah.
there probably already was an
They
Atomic
still are
Shark.
falling under the atomic, or
My-
not falling under the copyright of like however much time before it's.
Yeah.
My guess is they rebranded when they did a re-release.
It could be a rebrand.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
To
Actually,
make it look
hold
more
on.
legitimate.
I think you're right. I think Rachel actually looked it up.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
like-
sure you're right.
Like, I bought this movie. I bought Saltwater Atomic Shark at Walmart. So they definitely rebranded it
Yeah.
to sell it to like regular people. I mean, I'm not 100% on that, but he's looking it up now, folks at home.
That can't be it, is it? That is
It says just Atomic Shark on that poster.
Yeah, it does say just Atomic Shark, and then it also, the title
No
is
shit.
Saltwater. So I think that they originally just called it Atomic Shark and
No
they
shit.
rebranded it Saltwater, like you're saying.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, Walmart. So yeah, did you?
So yeah,
did
Walmart.
you notice that the cover it looks terrible, but it looks
um,
kind of like
Photoshop.
a movie. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks
Yeah.
kind of like a movie.
Yeah.
It has hard Photoshop.
Yeah.
Hard Photoshop in it.
There's a drone, and they just slapped on
With
a
a life vest.
picture of a life preserve.
Oh my
yeah.
god, Ice Sharks sounds stupid as fuck. It has a 3.2. We definitely need
Ice shark.
Ice
See,
Sharks.
there's the thing though. It's now that we're getting into Saltwater, Atomic Shark. I kind of despise self-aware bad movies.
Why?
In my opinion, it does not count. This one was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you laughed.
you
laughed.
yeah,
a
it
lot.
was pretty funny.
You
But
both did.
but when it's self-aware and they're doing it on purpose, it takes all the magic away.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not the passion project of just like a really inept person.
yeah, exactly. Like
Y'all brought that up last week.
Yeah. So, and unfortunately, that's becoming a thing now. People are making bad movies on purpose.
Yeah.
Which it's actually the antithesis of what makes them funny.
Yeah.
So,
Well, when you're too self-aware, I think there's a nice balance. And just to jerk myself off here on the podcast for a second.
Oh no, please, I'll handle that for you.
I can help you.
This is a small enough table for you to reach under.
Here, let me shut the door.
Leave it open. In fact, stand in the door frame.
Okay.
Half scene.
Can I do anything? Okay.
But nonetheless, my movie, which you guys have seen, Action Movie 3, the sequel. Now, that is a movie in which we are self-aware. We're making fun of Predator, Terminator, Indiana Jones, even the movie Ghost, and Destiny's Child. So, like, we are literally making fun of everything, but we're doing it in such a way that it isn't so over the top. And I'm going to reference Saltwater's hashtag scenes.
See, in
Oh,
my
God.
When it
opinion,
hashtag saving
Right,
lives over the film popped up, that's when you're just teetering too far. You're too
Yeah.
self-aware, and at this point, it's becoming like too much of a joke where it's not even funny. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, come on, really? You got to
Now-
work for your jokes. If you're going to be self-aware, work for your jokes.
your movie though, it had actual like jokes in it. It had actual humor in it. And
I'm nodding my head. I don't know. I'm over here like looking at you like, thanks. Go on. Appreciate you.
But so yours was almost paying homage
Yes.
in a way.
Yeah,
right?
mine was homage, self-aware, and like
you were referencing the those movies, but like Atomic Shark is actually trying to make a bad movie.
yeah,
You weren't trying to make a bad movie. You were making like an homage.
Yeah.
Or like almost a parody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
it's a
making
par-
you're
it's a
making a
satire.
silly movie.
yeah.
They're making a bad movie.
Like to reference
Right,
one of the
exactly.
scenes is like when the character dies, they have a gas mask on, and yet we play violin music, and then the main character drags his hand across the other character's face to
Yeah.
close their eyes, but they're wearing a gas mask. So it's like
Yeah.
it's a physical joke, but it's earned. It's not hashtag closing eyes or something over
Yeah,
the top
yeah.
of it.
This
It's
movie-
nothing stupid like
exactly.
that.
This
So,
movie
like,
would do something.
we tried really hard
and
for
then
our
put a
jokes.
hashtag on the screen.
several
Yeah.
times
In the middle
because
of
the
the
first
fucking
time you
screen.
saw it, you were like, "What the fuck's going on?" And we had been talking through it, so like you had missed the other ones, so he didn't see all of the hashtags. Even but one thing that we all thought was absurd was the in movie commercials
yes,
for the restaurant.
yes.
And our theory is that the owner of that restaurant paid to have this movie so that his restaurant could be used in it.
My God.
And I think that's a strong
That
theory.
really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still mad about it.
Well, they also shot on red. That really pisses
Yeah.
me off
Yeah.
because the film looks like shit.
Yeah, you went on a 20-minute rant.
Yeah, I went on a
about that.
20-minute rant about red.
They clearly had money.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
just didn't know
They
what to do with it.
Exactly.
They got investors for this movie.
Now that being said, there are some quality moments where it gets absurdly funny.
There are some funny moments,
like the
yeah.
gladiator scene where he's riding the jet ski and he's got the harpoon
Yes.
and it's like doing the.
They're
It's very
Middle
gladiator.
Eastern, like,
the frame of the
drama
movie
music.
goes 16:9.
Yeah,
You know, it gets really
and
thin.
then
You remember?
he does the exact scene from like the trailer from 300
Yes.
at the very end
It's
where he's like
just-
diving downward.
Why did they change the?
I think
Aspect
I
ratio.
think they did that intentionally to be
To
like
make it
to make
cinematic,
it like
very
all
dramatic.
cinematic and
It's-
dramatic.
it's
and, like,
all
he's
slow
gonna, He's gonna
motion.
do this 300 fucking.
That was their thinking.
Yeah.
yeah. I guess that makes sense.
I
That's
mean,
terrible.
But I mean,
Not
it goes,
even for like humor.
Sorry, I
that's-
was swallowing and almost choked.
Like that's not funny when you change. Anyway, obviously.
I thought
really
I thought
annoying.
I thought it was clever. I thought it was one of the clever jokes. If we're comparing jokes on its own tier
See, I
within
didn't consider
Saltwater,
it a joke. I'm just watching the movie, and all of a sudden, it changes to widescreen, and
it's already
it plays
widescreen. It just goes wider.
Yeah,
wider.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I-
they just
I think
scrunch it,
they
but-
did that tongue in cheek, like they.
Yeah,
intentionally
I think
wanted
that was
to.
one of their tongue
They
in
weren't.
cheek
They
ones.
weren't trying to be serious with that. I feel like.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I believe they were being tongue in cheek too. I didn't think it was funny though. I
Yeah.
didn't think it was
I get
clever
you.
or
Fair
funny.
yeah.
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 I mean, we all laughed at different parts,
Yeah,
and
it's
we
true,
all
yeah.
laughed together at the same parts. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, there are some things that were
I mean,
funny
I was
to all of
laughing at
us.
the music
Dude, the music is fucking hilarious.
in that
because-
scene because there's literally every genre of music in this movie. They had dubstep,
Oh my god.
fucking Middle Eastern drama music, and I can't remember
I can't even
more.
remember
There's
more, but
literally
there-
4 other
Yeah,
genres.
I agree. There were every genre. It was like a Bollywood original motion picture soundtrack. It was like all of the
Comedy,
fucking.
thriller. Yeah.
But what else? So obviously, let me check off terrible and
He
oh
just-
wow, these two scenes.
For the
These two
folks at
scenes.
home, the host of the show, James, has a notepad, and there's
so
just
many
the word
notes.
"terrible" written under Saltwater sharp.
That's all you need.
It's really impressive.
Bullet points. Bullet
point,
points.
Yeah, yeah.
Bullet points.
'Cause I was wondering, what is this movie? Oh, okay. Let's look at your notes.
Oh, it's terrible. Makes sense.
Oh.
Makes sense. But yeah, it had a lot of terrible parts. Those that being the hashtag, even the drone shots, the compression for them was terrible.
Oh
there
my
was even
fucking
color
God. It was
pixelation.
Pixelated.
I mean, there were scenes where
I paid $4.99 for this, and it's pixelated.
and it was worth every single $4.99 you had.
I paid my
You just
last
bought one copy.
$4.99 for
Yeah.
I
Saltwater
only need
shark.
one copy. Oh, I don't need one copy.
You only need one
Get
copy.
Banditas on DVD.
Banditas on Blu-ray. Actually, I have it on HD.
The HD DVD.
No. We saw some the other day when we were hitting thrift
Yeah.
stores. I was
a
like, hey, babe, do you
fail.
want this movie for your HD player? She was like, what the fuck is that? I had to explain what it was.
That was such a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
HD DVD.
HD and Blu-ray. HD and Blu-ray
that
wars.
launched with Xbox.
Yeah,
Remember
but
that?
yeah,
They
but
had
the HD DVD one was like a peripheral thing you had to get, while Blu-ray was built into the PS3. That's why.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why Blu-ray won the
Sony
war.
really is rocking it on
Oh,
that
yeah.
front.
Yeah.
Can't make good movies.
Sony's been rocking it for a long time. They fucking helped with the DVD war too.
Yeah.
With PS2, it's because it was like at the forefront of both of the major wars of that. They were able to make a player that was affordable, so families would go out and buy PS2s or
We can have
PS3s
games and PlayStation.
just because they wanted a DVD
The
or
combo.
Blu-ray player.
It's pretty
so,
genius.
yeah.
They,
I mean, we're talking like Blu-ray players at the time when PS3 launched were like $800.
Oh, stupid expensive.
and the
for real?
PS3 was
Yeah.
like 500. So people were like, makes more sense to get a PlayStation
that's
3.
genius.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They're making Blu-ray players and PlayStations. So it's a fucking win-win.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody
Yeah,
just wants the
exactly,
Blu-ray, it's like some old
exactly.
dad, you know, whatever,
Exactly.
doesn't
Yeah.
play games but still has a rocking
But
theater
it's
system.
still
Right.
they already
They're
they already have
banking.
the gamer market
Yeah,
too. Yeah,
Genius.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're brilliant.
Too bad Sony Pictures can't make any good movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They release turd after and I release turd after turd after
Turd after turd.
Oh, I never saw Turd
Shouts
1.
out to
so
Danny Brown.
Danny Brown. I never saw Turd 1, so I haven't seen
Oh,
any
you
of
haven't
the
seen the
turds.
sequels?
Yeah, I
Oh,
haven't seen
okay.
the sequels.
Man, it gets really shitty.
Yeah,
near the
there's
end.
Yeah.
Turd and then
It comes
Turd
back
2,
a little
pieces of
bit
shit.
around Turd 7.
Turd 2, turdier. All right.
Turd 3, the Turd trimester.
Speaking of turds, let's bring it back to Saltwater.
Yeah,
Shrek the
yeah,
turd.
for sure. Because I have 2 more scenes that I want to reference before we just ramble on about other ones, and that is the lighter scene. Okay, and lighter not as in like comedy. This is a physical lighter. 2 women are fighting on a boat. One of the characters is gonna blow up the TNT.
Yeah, there's dynamite all over the boat.
Yeah, dynamite all over the boat, and then as she's lighting the lighter, the other actress blows out the lighter. Okay, now as this is all happening, cinematic music is rising. Correct, as any tension scene should.
Like, yeah.
It's getting sharper, yada yada. As she blows out the lighter, the music stops, and you just hear sound effects, like just realistic effects.
Which, right off the bat, that's something for comedy.
Yeah, that is very funny. Right off the bat, we get it. But then it proceeds to do it over and over and over. So she attempts to light the lighter. Every time she blows it out, the music stops. Lighter, music, blows it out, stops.
She can't light it at one point.
And then at one point, she's just trying to get the lighter to work, and it's like, and it's going, fan, which was so fucking hilarious.
It's
because my theory,
humorous,
when we first started the movie, was this is a movie that knows what it's doing. It obviously has money. It has camera shots. They're using a red. They're using a drone. They shot on a beach, location, yada, yada. They're using special effects, which are terrible.
They had jet skis. They had the little, I think it's called a hoverboard.
Yeah, aqua.
The aqua board kind
something,
of thing.
Yeah, it thrusts you out of the water. I don't.
Yeah.
Bros use it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
it looks fun, but I don't care.
It's a dude bro thing.
Yeah,
it's a douchey dude bro thing.
Yeah, Ferda.
You can do
Ferda.
Ferda. So, but yeah, they have one of those. They have jet skis out the ass. They even rent a fucking boat. They
remember James?
Yeah, I called the number, John.
Yeah?
I called the number on Sunday, and I left a message. The answering machine was nothing but Spanish. I unfortunately could not understand it.
All right.
The only thing I understood was Landy's at the very end, which is the name of the rental company. And so I decided to leave a message.
He said,
what'd you say?
He said a few words. I heard pinche gringo.
Shut the fuck up.
And then Landy's came in at the end.
Yeah, Landy's came in at the end. Oh, I left a message. It was around something like this where I was like, "Hey, is this Landon? Is this Landon? I'm watching this saltwater shark movie right now, and I tell you what, this is the coolest fucking boat I've ever seen. I know that you rent, but I was wanting to buy it. If I buy it, would you sign it?" And so I was just doing all this stupid shit, and then I was like, "My name is Nathan." And I was like, "You can reach me at," and then I said the number of the rental company. So I was like, "You can reach me at 787." I'm just reading it off the TV screen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
we have
good.
that
That's
on
awesome.
audio.
Yeah, we have it on
That's
audio.
awesome.
Post that at the end. If you
Yeah,
want.
we can put some
we should
shit in there.
post
That would
that.
be great. That would be great. But yeah, so I called that rental place.
It was
But
funny.
that Josh, you were laughing the whole
Yeah,
time.
it
We
was-
haven't even heard the recording. It could
great,
just be
yeah.
you laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, so rentals out the ass. You saw all this. We see the lighter scene, and at this moment, John leapt out of his seat and was like, "It's confirmed. This movie knows what it's doing."
real, yeah.
Because when I saw the a lot of the early jokes, I was just like, "What are they doing?" You know, like, do they know what? Are they self-aware? And this
You
started
don't
with
know
the
right
commercials.
away,
Yeah, when we saw the commercials. I'm sorry, dude. You want me to turn that?
Do you mind?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. He's just adjusting a light.
I'm going to kill
One
myself.
James, don't do it. You have.
Bang! Gun noise. Oh, we sure miss him.
Oh
That's
no,
a good bit, guys.
James.
Oh no, me.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
dude,
should've
not to
just
worry.
asked.
I didn't realize that it was like beaming right in your face. I feel bad now.
Oh,
Okay,
no
so
problem.
so when we see the first commercial and it's like 3 out of 5 stars and it's what's it called? Dock side.
Tales from the dock side.
Yeah, Tales from the
Which
Dock
was
Side.
funny because I remember they had a
the name of
continuity error because they on those little advertisements with 3 stars,
Yeah.
it's spelled TALES from the dock side. But on the banner when they were welcoming the little food critic guy or food
That
host,
is right,
it said
you did call that.
TAILS.
So they spelled Tales both ways.
Oh.
That is
Yeah.
not. That is not good. Good eye. I didn't see that because I
Nice,
didn't
yeah,
care
yeah.
enough. At this point, I was like, "Why the fuck is?" Oops, I hit the mic. Why the fuck is there a commercial in this movie?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then that's when it dawned on me. Okay, it's self-aware. This guy probably funded the entire fucking movie,
Yeah.
or it's somebody's goddamn dad.
Yeah.
The main
Dad, we're making a
character.
movie. Yeah.
They're talking to the insanely hot other character. I don't
Oh, our
even-
main actress.
Yeah, the main
Yeah, I don't know
actress.
her name or
Yeah.
whatnot.
They're-
She was actually the 2 protagonists, the boy and the girl. They were actually really decent.
Yeah.
It was almost
don't
like
think
they
so.
were
They weren't
comparatively.
terrible. It's comparatively. It's not, we're not talking about like they
Are you
could
saying
hold a
compared to
candle.
the other
Yeah,
actors?
it's not. We're not like saying
Yes.
they could hang in an actual movie. But I'm
Yeah,
saying like
yeah.
comparatively, they were. It was like
They sucked ass.
it was like the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. The main 2 characters
Oh, what a
were
snoozer that
okay
was, huh? Jesus
compared
Christ.
to the rest of the fucking cast because the
Cast,
rest
yeah.
of the cast were fucking dead fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. But
Little
but
atomic fish.
But they're talking and this dude walks up with flyers and he's like, "Hey, you should come down to my restaurant." And then it cuts
Literally, it cuts to an ad.
Yeah.
An ad.
In the movie.
Like they don't hide it.
Which
It's
is
not
probably
a guy
a
holding
filler.
a Coke can. They cut to it. Sorry.
No, you're good. Go on. I'm just
That's it.
I'm
Yeah,
just
they
adding.
cut
Like
to
it
it,
could have been
like-
like filler. They do it
Right,
like
yeah.
it's a 1-2-3 punch. I want to say. I want to say they try to do it as a standard establish, repeat, or establish, recall, payoff.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
yeah.
like in fucking Jack and Jill, the Al
That
Pacino
masterpiece.
at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh,
Oh
God.
yeah.
That's at least woven into the plot. I can't believe I'm saying this, but they at least have
Josh,
it.
why did you reference that movie?
Sorry,
I
guys.
am in pain right now.
I'm really sorry, Josh. Are you okay?
I think I'm having an aneurysm.
I'll be right back. No. What's
Gun
my
sound.
name? Dunkachino. It's a whole
God,
new game.
I'm Al Pacino.
Dunkachino.
Al Pacino's Dunkachino,
Like good-
Eaterino.
You like good coffee? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Fuck that movie. Fuck it so hard. Fuck that.
It's probably the worst movie ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
No, it's not. Unfortunately, Holmes and Watson is the worst movie
Oh
ever.
my God.
Y'all saw that link of my
Oh, yeah.
review? Yeah,
Yeah,
I wrote a
yeah.
review on IMDb.
Yeah.
I love that 99 people were like, good. They totally were
99
like, good
people.
rating.
Nice.
Yeah, 99
99 people out of like
109.
Yeah, 109
Out of
people.
52%, 52% agreed with me that it was the
That's
worst
great.
piece of shit ever.
110, you said?
No,
109.
109 people were so mad that they went on the internet to look at that. And
Yeah.
Or enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
Because only 55 out of the 109 agreed with the review, gave it a thumbs up.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So,
Gotcha. Nice.
The other,
We need to watch
the
that.
other percent were like,
No.
you're an ass.
With how,
know,
with
I would
how
watch it
James has
again.
described it, no.
Dude, it's a rough watch.
I
It's
would
a
rather
rough watch.
I would rather watch Sherlock Gnomes.
I
Oh
would rather
my
watch
God.
Sherlock Gnomes, and I don't want to watch that at all.
I
Exactly.
want to watch them bomb. I just want to watch
But
their
here's the thing, John C. Reilly. I don't want to
non-comedy.
deter from Saltwater because
Oh,
I
he's
have
so
one
good.
more.
Yeah,
John C. Reilly is a
phenomenal
fucking
actor.
actor.
He's brilliant.
He
He's in The
is-
Lobster. Yeah.
That's right. He is in The
Yeah.
Lobster, and he does a phenomenal job. But
Yeah.
when is the last time you saw John C. Reilly in a movie and he didn't do a great job? It's kind of hard for me to pick a movie.
Yeah.
It's actually
I love him in
for real,
Chicago. I love him in Step Brothers. I love him in the indie film Criminal, where he plays a con artist and teaches another kid how to be a con artist,
He was
inadvertently
in the King
getting
Kong
con.
remake.
Gangs in
Kong.
New York.
Gangs in New York. Oh, nice reference.
Yeah, I love that.
So he is
He's
a
top-notch, for
well-rounded
real. He's really
actor.
good.
Can play comedy, can play drama. Those are the two tropes of
That's
theater:
usually what he
comedy
does,
and
yeah.
drama.
Magnolia
Magnolia.
plays,
So,
plays a sad cap.
nonetheless, but we're getting sidetracked
Yeah, we are.
on great movies. We need to talk about bad movies. And Saltwater Shark. Before I get to this last scene, we should establish that this movie has no plot.
Yeah.
No plot.
Like
There's an atomic shark. And it's killing people. It lights everything on fire, which is not how
It's
radioactive.
glowing hot.
It's
There's
glowing hot.
a bunch
Boils
of
the
life.
water
Yeah,
around
yeah. And there's a bunch of lifeguards. Like one is super.
No
like,
way.
No way. Yeah, bro. There's lifeguards at the beach. one
Do
of them
your
is
job.
one of them is super militaristic.
Oh yeah.
And then the
Yeah,
other guy
he's a
has
dick.
his own drone,
Yeah.
but he like
He's
messed
the
up his knee.
main male character.
The main guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got the main
The
female character.
main
If
female
anybody is
character.
going to rise from the ashes
Oh,
of
and
this
then there's
film
the,
or the
um,
depths of this piece of shit, it is that female actress.
Yeah.
She is beautiful. She is has a great figure, and she doesn't deliver her lines bad.
I thought you were gonna say, and her boobs are great. Like you just say the three same things. She's beautiful. She has a great figure.
Well, I'm just saying, like
No, I'm
she's
just
she's
kidding.
got
Just kidding.
a stereotypical, like not stereotypical, a superficial thing about her, like that
Yeah.
producers could attach to it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's got a face, she's got a body,
Star
she can
power. Yeah.
she
Yeah.
can say lines.
Even though she can't
That's
act
how it
worth a
starts.
fuck.
If there's anybody that's going to rise from the depths of this piece of shit, it's her. So
Yeah, I
good luck
agree.
to you.
I
Don't
agree.
become Monique Gabrielle.
You
Poor
don't thi-
thing.
Please
You don't think it
yeah.
was the perverted drone pilot guy? No.
That
Oh,
guy
yeah.
is actually from like some 80s or 90s
Yeah, you're
TV
saying
show.
he's
Yeah,
been
I
shit.
can't
Yeah.
remember. I can look it up, but I really don't want to put in the time. Okay, so we'll get to the. So there's no plot. The feds are referenced once. The feds called.
Yeah. The
And Josh was like,
FBI.
"Feds? Who the fuck cares?" Like, it's just like screaming, and I'm like laughing my ass off. It's like none of the movie made sense. There's just a shark. At least in Jaws, it's like there's characters that are going about their everyday lives.
Yeah.
What becomes extraordinary about their lives is that there is a shark and it's a great white shark. It's the largest shark they've ever seen. That's all. And here, there's no... They reference that she's going to be a biologist once.
Do they? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, that's when they're doing that stupid interview.
Yeah, the interview with the two
I'm going to school to be a biologist.
The people that are like, conserve the environment, but it's more about like, how do I look on Instagram?
Right.
Conserving the environment.
There's a lot of like millennial bullshit.
Oh God, so
Yeah.
much millennial bullshit.
So
It's like,
there's
look, guys,
no
millennials.
no plot, and eventually they enlist her dad, who we don't know is her dad until Act 3. I will say that that's a great reveal. That not once did I think that was her fucking dad. I thought it was just some, regular boat guy in the docks.
It was a scene to set up. I felt like it was just a scene to set up a death.
Yeah.
We would never see him again.
He dies.
Yeah.
He does die, and it's the worst death.
And it's pretty funny.
He was there for a check.
Yeah.
He was there for a check.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
he
was
knows how to
great
drive a boat.
that brought misery to her.
Yeah, and that was Lapidus actually from Lost. So you guys ever watch Lost? He plays the helicopter pilot in Lost, the character Lapidus. So I was actually surprised to see him in this, but also at the same time not surprised to see him in this. Okay, so I want to get to the
contradiction, James.
Shut your fucking mouth. Do I come over there and fuck with your mic? You're not acting like a professional.
I don't come to your job, slap the dick out of you.
You don't, and I love that about you.
Classic joke.
That's what I appreciate about you.
Wait, you get paid to do that?
In gun. Yeah, Josh is leaving again.
Hey, see ya.
Gun
Josh.
sound effect.
Going to the docks.
Gun noise. Josh has killed himself. Okay, so the last thing, and this is what probably everybody laughed at. Everybody laughed at, and that was when the little kid who had a crush on the quote-unquote hot lifeguard, stupid stereotype hot lifeguard. He likes her. He buries himself, and he's like, hey, take pictures with me. And she's like, oh, you're so cute. And then they do a whole bunch of, it's a scene with photographs.
Bury him in the sand. Yeah.
They do a whole millennial thing, another too over-the-top self-aware thing. But what's really funny is he's like biting at her like a shark. He's like, he's like trying to bite at her. And I can only imagine just like this whole scene playing out in real life. You know what I mean? Everybody's standing around watching this scene, and they're like, well, this is a little weird. You know?
Mind you, don't forget about the scene that set that scene up. Where he was like on.
Oh yeah, he was
like
drowning.
Pretend drowning, and then the
drowning.
boat owner was gonna like.
They
give
pull
him
a
CPR.
sandlot. Josh called that sandlot. But go on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you pretty much just summed it all up in one word.
I didn't mean to.
No, that's
I
fine.
didn't mean to. I feel like an
we're already
ass.
stretched for time. No, that's good. That's good. Let's move on to the following
We're moving
scene.
forward. Okay, so in this scene, this is whenever the shark then breaches and lands on the girl. She starts screaming, it's gonna get me. Doesn't move out of the way. The shark lands on her, exploding her body in a radioactive waste shit everywhere. This radioactive bloody shit hits the kid in the face and lights it on fire.
Melts
At this
his
point,
face,
we're all laughing.
Yeah.
We're all
I
laughing.
just want to reiterate what you just said. The shark jumps
Out of the water.
the shallow water.
The
which
shallow
is
water.
Fucking impossible.
Yeah.
And he lands on a woman, squashing her with
Probably
his
18
radioactive.
feet from the
We
shore
have a
on the beach.
radioactive shark that is like red hot, and everything it touches explodes. But that's impossible.
John,
Yeah.
shut up.
Like,
That's a
this
good point,
is-
though.
I know this
We're
movie
bitching.
was made very cynically, and they didn't give a fuck. But that is not how radioactivity works.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
not at all.
Not at all.
At
old. That's old.
At the end of the movie, I don't know if it's okay if I jump there, but the shark
Nobody cares.
explodes.
Yes,
We're not
spoilers.
for anybody.
Spoilers.
The shark
Explodes on
explodes, but it's an atomic explosion.
Oh God, that's right.
That
It's
they
a
survive.
They
mushroom
don't
cloud.
have a nuke in it.
Yeah.
It's radioactive and it explodes like an atomic
so
explosion. That's
fucking
not
stupid.
how it
That-
works.
The ending of that was funny though. After the explosion though, even though they survive it, like all the dust and debris when they're trying to like have the intimate moment.
Yeah,
and
where
you're
they're
just
gonna kiss. But when you see the boat, they're not standing on the boat. But when they do close-ups and mediums, they're on the boat, and you see the smoke. But then you do a wide, so we see the mushroom cloud, which the mushroom cloud is a shark mouth, by the way. When we see the boat in the lower corner, there is nobody on the boat. It's just the boat.
Oh, really?
Just the boat.
So it's an
They
error.
are not on it,
Continuity error.
but we hear them coughing.
Really?
There is literally no one on the boat. Both times I watched it, I looked at it. Okay,
Oh, nice.
nobody on the boat.
I think I was texting
Yes.
at that point.
So spoils, the shark dies. Who'd have thunk it?
Come on, guy.
Yeah,
I
unfortunately,
miss him
man wins
already,
again.
man.
I miss him already. I miss Pickle.
They actually mention Jaws in this movie.
Yeah, they do.
When they're talking about
That's
how
a-
to kill it, they're like, "Oh, like Jaws."
What is this, Jaws? Yeah, like Jaws.
Yeah.
Jaws, y'all.
That's
You guys
fucking annoying.
remember Jaws?
Guys, Jaws was a shark movie. Atomic Shark is a shark movie. I'm pretty much Spielberg.
Ipso facto Spielberg.
Okay, so back to the one scene that I'm pretty sure broke us all into complete laughter and hysteria. So the shark lands on the hot lifeguard. Radioactive blood spews all over the boy's face, who is buried in the ground. His head is just above the ground for comedic purposes of the
died.
scene previous to set it up. His face is on fire and he's like screaming and shit, and then it explodes. It just
The head
explodes.
just pops.
I did
like,
not
like
see
a
this
watermelon
coming.
at a Gallagher
I
concert.
did not see this coming. To see a kid die in a shark movie was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, a boy does die in Jaws, but it's done more
Mind you,
emotionally.
that's not even the first kid they kill off in that movie though.
They
What
kill
other
another
The
kid.
little black kid in the parasailing scene, because the whole boat goes up in
yes!
Not
flames.
a couple.
That's that
Parasailing?
same scene. That's the same scene.
Is
like,
it?
yeah, when the boat catches on fire and then it breaches. That's exactly the same scene.
I feel, but they killed off a completely different kid though.
No, I know it's a
Oh,
different kid. I'm
okay.
saying that parasail
Oh.
is what sets up the scene.
This
this
scene.
next
Okay,
scene.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is when
yeah.
the shark
Who's the
then
other
attacks.
kid?
Remember the people parasailing? The boat catches on
Yeah.
fire from the shark killing people, eating all three of the people. Remember the guy cheesing? He's like this.
There's one guy
And then the shark,
smiling.
he's just smiling, and the shark eats him on the boat. And then the boat catches on fire, in which the rope catches on fire, which the rope actually would have just broken
It would have
from the flames.
Yeah,
it would have
and
torn
they
apart.
would have just safely
It was doused in
glided down.
kerosene.
Yeah, it was doused in kerosene, obviously, for the shot.
for the shot.
And then everybody's just on fire on this parasailing, which is a grown-up and a child. And then they crash into the water, and then the shark breaches the ocean, landing on the hot lifeguard, exploding her, lighting the kid's face on fire, in which his head explodes. This all happens within back to back to back. It's unfucking believable and hilarious.
Yeah. It's
God.
humorous.
Yeah.
I can only look forward to Shit Show tonight. This is going to be
I'm
amazing.
Pumped. We got some new
Definitely.
movies, man.
Yeah.
You picked up
Even though
some
this
cool
releases
shit.
on Thursday, even though this release we put this on Thursday, our
Yeah.
weekly podcast. Today is Wednesday, and we're watching today's Shit Show. So I'm really pumped to put up some
Shit
videos
show.
for the Facebook.
Shit
Yeah, you
show.
got a Rutger Hauer flick.
Yeah, we got a
Split
Rutger Hauer.
Second.
I got Conan the Barbarian. I got Hard Target, starring
Van
the
Gogh.
one and only
JC,
Jean-Claude
the
Van Gogh.
D.
So yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Gogh.
Guys, I don't have anything else to say. I'd rather.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's
Babe's
about time
making
we
some
start
cupcakes
wrapping
and cake
it
and chips and
on
stuff. So yeah.
Sounds and smells great.
Okay,
Mhm.
well, real quickly, guys, be sure and follow us on Instagram. What else? Facebook,
Twitter,
Twitter, Reddit.
Reddit. Yes, everything is
Don't
at Alien
Do
Art
any of
School.
that.
Josh,
Don't follow us.
as soon as they start following
Actually, I
us,
prefer you don't
then
follow
they don't
us.
have to.
Don't
Follow us and then don't follow us.
Please.
They're gonna.
Look,
Anyway.
we have to. The studio has to get bigger, Josh. We need followers right now.
Yeah, we're
we
not-
need our own
Asking
place.
If they
them
don't-
to
if they
isn't gonna
don't
get us
follow
nowhere.
us-
It's,
Shut your mouth. That's how. Haven't you ever heard of Freakonomics? Okay,
We
but
need-
nonetheless,
Listen.
I like having the support. It's great because I want to hear
Yeah.
what you guys, what movies we should watch. I think that would be great to have some recommendations. Even chat us up about the movies that we're talking about, in the comments for the videos. So it's really fun. So I like building the community.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
any,
Josh-
any
Josh
hate
is like
mail,
Hitler to the community right
Yeah.
now,
You can send all hate mail to my email.
which is
I just want to do some light reading on Sunday.
light reading on Sunday.
But yeah, anyway,
But nonetheless, yeah, guys, it's been real fun. I guess this is great. For,
I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah, well, I always have fun talking with you fuckers.
Yeah, usually, I'm glad you had fun. I mean, I would say I did kinda.
But not a lot.
No, I didn't. But it's great that you did. Someone has to.
Yeah, somebody.
for
Well,
this to
Josh,
keep going.
John, did you have fun?
I feel neutral.
I knew you were gonna do that to
Yeah.
me.
Usually
I
when we end
feel
this-
something. Okay. Well,
Anyway.
that's it for this week on
Name
Camp-
Pending
Name Pending. I forgot the
Podcast.
fucking shitty
we'll
name
have another
pending.
hour-long meeting trying to find.
Yeah,
out
we'll
the
figure this out one day. Fuck it. But nonetheless,
Someday.
hashtag
Guys.
fuck this podcast. It's been great. I'm James.
I'm John.
I'm Jash with an A.
And we'll see you guys next week. Later.
Smoke rocks!